What's up, people? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 357. And Cutty Flam, aka Frankie, has just had his Uncle Ben moment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, obviously I'm referring to, or not obviously, because some of you guys don't read comic books, but this is the moment where Spider-Man learns from Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility, and the light bulb just goes off in his head. Frankie watches as Tom does the ballsy thing and really the parental thing. Tom looks at Iceberg and Frankie as his children, and basically his kids, one of them fucked up really, really bad. And while I don't have kids, I do have a young niece, and sometimes, when your niece or nephew or just children in general mess up, you as the adult, you're not responsible for it. But in order to create a teaching moment, sometimes you have to just sit there and say, all right, I'll eat this one. I'll own up for what you fucked up so you can learn the lesson. And sure enough, that's what happens. Basically, Tom, after knocking the fuck out of Mr. Spandam, which this has got to be a Viz translation cleanup. There was a line a few chapters ago where Iceberg says, Mr. Spandam, you son of a sea witch. I'm willing to bet that that was you son of a bitch. Somebody let me know. I wanted to ask that, and it slipped my mind until now. And just watching as Tom goes on that little miniature rampage and they just shoot him with the darts. This dude, super huge. It just shows you those darts are probably A1, like pretty fucking potent. But this guy's so big and running off so much adrenaline and is so passionate about his cause and teaching Cutty Flam, aka Frankie, the truth about what it means to be a man and taking responsibility for your actions, to be a role model for you will, if you will. I'll be a role model for him, if you will. This dude is able to stand up and say, Your Honor, I know this is going to reset everything and put me back to death, but you said the creation of the sea train is good enough to absolve one crime. Let it be the crimes that took place here today. I know it's going to result in my execution. I'm fine with that. Spare my apprentices. And I think that he did that for two reasons. Obviously, to make sure that Frankie learns his lesson. And the other thing is if they were to be put to death, more than likely those plans that he had for that weapon would have fallen into the hands of CP5. And if that were to happen, basically the bad guys win. And you're not really teaching Frankie anything at this point. So I like that. I thought that it was very telling that as he's falling out, right, he's having the internal monologue where he's saying, Iceberg, Frankie, take care of the plans. Don't let them fall into the wrong hands. And that's basically everything that's been happening at this point. So I thought that that was pretty cool. And I feel like this is a little bit of foreshadowing as well, because I believe it was Nami who was found, and more than likely it's going to be taken to Ani's lobby. So that's gonna be cool, because now we have Luffy, who is likely going to have his ship built, because one of the things that we see is Tom just gets into full badass mode. Like, I wish I had a toy gun or some shit right now, because he has like the big ass bazooka and he's just standing there. He's just like, I'm not going to let you move Tom to Ani's lobby where I know nobody comes out alive. And he just starts going pow, 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 just shooting all of these shots. And I thought that was pretty badass, man. Like, that was so badass. And then the way that he just tosses the gun aside and he puts his hands out there and he's just like, I'm going to stop this train. And you could just see the muscles straining in his body. And I was just like, what the oh, that was so beautiful, man. Oh my God, that was so beautiful. And just seeing how for the moment it looks like he's stopping it, and then he starts getting pushed back, and you think about that frog earlier on, and you can see everything kind of tying in at this point. But the reason why that works is one of the internal monologues he has going on at this point is he's like, Mr. Tom, I don't want to build ships anymore. Not if you're not here. Mr. Tom, you're my role model. I want to do like what you. I want you to teach me. I want to build a ship that's going to be able to sail to the end of the Grand Line and back, just like you did. But I can't do that if you're here. And you can just see the setup. And it ends the chapter this way. The way that he's just straining and as he's conveying his feelings. Like, oh, fuck, that was good. And once again, like I said, that's just foreshadowing. Luffy's going to get a ship. and it's more than likely going to be Tom who builds it. What the flying fuck, man. This was fucking awesome. So, my chapter question for you all after all of this, okay? If you can't tell, that was probably my favorite part of the chapter. No shit, it was my favorite part. But my chapter question for you guys is going to be, was there ever a time where you made a mistake and it probably would have got you into some serious shit, and somebody older than you or somebody that you looked up to ended up having to take responsibility so you could, not be the one put in trouble, or so you could learn from it? Or were you in a similar position as Tom? I know I have some people. Now, you can't really take everything for credit. Not everybody puts the real age on YouTube because some stuff is age restricted. You're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm over 21. I want to watch this shit. So I understand it. So I can't really go by my demographics for that. But, if you are over a certain age, I know that there are some people who are in their mid-20s like me and are still fans of Shonen. I know that some of you guys are looking at this and you're going, oh, fuck yes, okay. Yeah, I definitely had to do this. Let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know the story. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share. Thank you for watching Kryptonian Saiyan. Have an awesome day, guys.